Plaintiff Jacqueline Yost says she's known the defendant for years, and his mother was her mentor. So she wanted to help the defendant out after he got arrested for shoplifting. Jacqueline allowed the defendant to move in with her, but when he moved out, he still owed her for 1 month of rent and utilities, so she's suing. Defendant Joshua Bartling says while living with Jacqueline, the two of them were intimate on one occasion, but he never went back for more. Joshua claims he was forced to listen to Jacqueline have sex with her boyfriend 5 times a day, and he does not believe he owes her for the rent.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Prove your case.
Your Honor, I've known Josh since I was 13 and he was 10. His mom was my mentor. And here recently, 6 months ago, he got in trouble for breaking and entering into some storage units. But they returned everything. So, it was still the principle.
What did they steal?
As far as I know, they stole various items such as like guns and a few miscellaneous items. I don't know all of them. And then 3 months ago, he got caught for shoplifting. And I was outside of the store when it happened, and the police officer pulled me inside. And
was he convicted for both crimes?
Yeah, yes, he was.
Okay.
And obviously, I didn't think anything of this. He's a really funny guy. He cracks me up. But
there's nothing funny about jail. I bet you. But they're cracking him up. Not making you laugh. No, but
he's a party animal, I've grown, obviously since I've grown up with him, I've seen this, and he'd come over to my house in the past, and he'd be drinking, and he'd chase my friend Patty around, and he'd try to hook up with her, and she would always, tell me, "Oh my God, he's chasing after me, trying to get with me," and. Well,
she would always tell him no, obviously.
Yeah, actually, well, a couple of times she didn't, but right. that's besides the point.
That's what I was waiting to get to. That was going to be my question. All this, he keeps chasing me around. He keeps following me. Talk to him. And then when she get with him, and then hold his friend and act like he's harassing. You know how that's how that goes. You want to give me some background on your friendship with your former roommate?
Yes, sir. Believe it or not, I am single. I like being single. If I wanted somebody to nag on me, I'd go out and find a girlfriend.
That's a terrible thing to say about ladies.
I apologize.
I don't know any woman that nags her husband or boyfriend.
Anyway, like I was saying, sir, a few months back, I got into a bad situation, as Jackie has stated. I was without a place to live, just got out of jail for shoplifting. And she said
what
she had
were you stealing?
Well, they said I was stealing a toothbrush. I don't think I did, but I guess they said I did, so I did. And I did a one-night overnighter stretch in jail. I got out. I didn't have a place to live. Jackie, out of the kindness of her heart, let me stay there. Now, here's some of the pros and cons of living with Miss Jacqueline Yost. Pro, she would occasionally do my laundry, which was really good because, I was working.
And you were nasty.
Yeah, nasty laundry, give you that. Anyway, and one of the cons of living with her was she used to nag me about chores a lot. And I don't really blame her because I never used to clean. Now, another one of the pros was a while back, Jacqueline had given me certain sexual pleasures down below. The con was it was one time and it wasn't that great.
One time
and it wasn't that. All right.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, another one of the pros was she did have a boyfriend. He was actually a pretty nice guy for a while there. I liked him a lot. He was a pretty cool guy. One of the bad cons was she used to have sexual relations with him about 5 times a day.
Like crazy mountain lion sex, Rawr!
Is that why you so slim she worked all the weight off of you?
No, not me.
Oh, it wasn't you. Oh, okay.
Ironically, all of what you're talking about happened last year.
No, it was like 2 months ago.
She rocking now.
The second.
That bed was a rocking.
Go ahead. What are you saying?
Well, this all occurred last summer, in fact. But my boyfriend was here in the past 4 months. So, I mean, what he's talking about is irrelevant to now.
Well, you don't want to start talking about him chasing women for sex.
Hey, you know.
Now he's saying that not only did you chase him or engage him in some type of sexual activity, but you engaged your boyfriend 4 or 5 times a day. In what manner? Do that again. Jump up and do that again. In what manner?
Crazy mountain lion sex.
Crazy mountain lion sex. All right. And that made things inconvenient
It
for
did.
you.
I couldn't
obviously?
sleep at night. She used to party about as much as I did. A few times she'd ask me to clean up after parties that I did not attend.
At the house,
Believe it or
at
not,
the apartment.
At the house, believe it or not, I did not attend a party.
All right.
Rare.
And did you clean up?
Yeah. Well, not if I wasn't there. I'm not going to
All
do something I
right.
didn't
You want
mess
to
up.
speak? You want to come up, state
No,
your
I
name?
just said rare, actually.
Oh, okay.
The
You don't have
fact-
anything else to say
the
today?
fact-
Stand
the
up.
fact
Say your
that-
name. State your name.
Alan Morgan.
All right.
The fact that him not attending a party would be actually very rare. And
Okay.
he was actually spending the night at my house when this happened.
This so-called incident.
Ma'am, let's get to the rent.
Well, in February 2010, obviously this year, he moved in with me, and we agreed that he would pay the $150 and pay his portion in the utilities, which right now altogether it's $196.
All right.
But I've always asked him to help around the house because there were times when he didn't have a job. He only had a job for 4 weeks, which is, I asked him to clean the house. So how hard is that for him to sit there and clean the house?
All right.
So, and when the night that we had the argument, which was April 30th, he said, well, I'm tired of you being my mother. And he said, I've made up my mind. I want to move out. And I said, okay, so what does this leave me with? Because he didn't give me any 30 days. He didn't give me anything.
Sir, you owe $346 for rent and utilities.
I do not.
Why? You paid it?
No.
Why don't you think you owe?
I'll pay the utilities. I just don't want to pay the month of May's rent.
All right. When did you move?
The
April 30th.
31st.
Of April?
No, because there is no
31 days in
31st of April.
Okay, the
30 days.
It's 30th of April.
Okay, that day.
Okay. Well, that day.
So I'm
guess
gonna
it was
grant her
the 30th
judgment.
of
You
April,
playing
sir.
games, act like you playing crazy and playing games with me. We had a little fun here, but the fun stops when it's time for you to defend yourself against this money. Judgment for the plaintiff, $346. He's unclear on the day that he moved. He mentioned a date that does not exist. April 31st. No such date by the calendar. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Well, I think we're pretty much going to stay friends.
Yeah, he's always been there for me.
She's been a good friend for too long to let this mess it up.